It was almost a public relations reality show with the challenge that we were facing.
That's what Andrew said the next show is going to be Public Relations Nightmares. It's going to be another television hit series, we think. We'll call it PR Nightmares instead of Kitchen Nightmares.
Yeah, I mean, it was something. I mean, even the Russian judge was giving us a degree of difficulty of a 10 on this one. And, our firm worked collectively very, very hard. We had conference calls Sunday night at 11 to try and engineer a comeback and to get the restaurant open, to do job fairs, to prepare them for a second look, a second chance. And, that starts tonight. And we'll see if they perform. I don't think it's necessarily the end of this soap opera tonight, and we'll see how they perform in the kitchen and otherwise over the next week and over the course of the next months.
All right, so then after your experience with them, do you have a little bit better understanding of what Gordon Ramsay was talking about?
Everyone in a crisis handles things in a different way. And so, to me, we only had a rather positive interaction with her. And if I were to launch into you right now, Mike, and say, gosh darn it, you're a terrible talk show host. You're awful. You're going to start saying back to me, hey, dude, what are you talking about? And take some umbrage with that. And I think there was a human reaction on the show, and you can say it was a human reaction that was way over the top. It was inappropriate towards certain people. But I don't care who you are. If Rush Limbaugh, if Sean Hannity comes in and starts saying that to you, like Gordon Ramsay would say to this person in her restaurant, you'd still take umbrage at it. And that's what happened.
But don't you think it's different? Because here's the difference, in my opinion. The difference would be this. If I come to you, first of all, I know your pedigree in the PR business here in Arizona, and something happens, God forbid I ever need to call you, Jason, no offense, but if something were to happen with me and I came to you and I said, I've got to rebuild this thing now. And then I pay you good money because you're the expert. But then I don't listen to your criticism or your advice. There's a difference there. I mean, if I get a phone call, and trust me, I get lots of emails criticizing my ability as a talk show host. But if I reach out to an expert in my field and I say, help me become better because I'm floundering right now, and then I argue with them and I don't take their advice, doesn't that show a lack of desire to really change? I just want to be validated. I don't want to be corrected.
Well, there's two different issues. One is going to your heart doctor or going to your PR doctor. The other is, what I was trying to address was how she reacted on the show initially. And what we were doing, Mike, was trying to build towards a press conference today.
Right.
And I think it would have been unbelievable. It would have been theater. It would have been news. There's issues with cyberbullying that are real. There's issues with the restaurant. There's issues with not Fox News, but Fox's production company threatening legal action late Friday, which affected some of those plans when they were threatening a $100,000 case against them for breach of contract. I think there were ways to potentially address that and get around that. They ultimately chose not to do that, but I think today would have provided some answers to what's been going on over the past couple of weeks. And I, for one, hope they end up making a decision to move forward with that commentary.
I agree, and it's good to speak with you. I appreciate you giving us some time and insight into your relationship with them, and you're right. I don't think it's the end of the – all right, thanks for being here, 602-260-KFYI, 260-5394. The other freak show that's going on right now with a lot more serious implications is the Jodi Arias trial. We're going to get to that in a minute. Andrew, I got a message – I hate giving out people's last names on the air, so I won't. A Facebook message on the fan page. If you not follow us on Facebook, KFYI.com, click on my picture, links to our social media. I answer my own messages. But Kim says, hello, almost like wake up, to me, because she makes perfect sense. She says, hello, Sammy and Amy will have their own reality show. And I thought, dang it, why didn't I think of that? That's coming.
That's what I originally thought.
Did you?
Absolutely.
Now, I don't think this was done by Gordon Ramsay as a setup to get these people launched in that direction. But I believe that Kim is smarter than I am because I think that's what's happening. Don't you?
It's a possibility.
But where? It's not Discovery. It's not E. It's not MTV. Is it one of the cooking channels? Where do they put it? You know what I mean?
True TV.
Yeah, True TV. Is it one of those channels, or is it on one of the cooking networks?
Could be on the E network, too.
All right. And what do? Do they just talk about what freaks they are, or do they try to bring chefs in there to help them that they keep
Food
throwing out of the
Network?
kitchen? Yeah. They bring
on the Food Network.
Bring chefs in there to help them dig them out of a hole that they keep throwing out of the restaurant. Oh, maybe they bring in Dr. Drew to try to help this poor woman and her multiple personalities or whatever the heck is going on there. By the way, one of my friends in the Pheonix PD said, just drove by Amy's Baking Company. Your emails are correct. Dead. Nothing going on. Couple of people mingling outside to see what happens next, but not a madhouse, not people knocking down the door to get in the place. So do you think that the thousands of who said they had 1,500 reservations?
I think it was in the press release I received yesterday.
Okay, so
1,000 I heard in the press release. AZ Central had a tweet that said 1,500 reservations.
Yeah, see, so that's next email, I just got it just now from the listener that's there, Dennis. He said it's pretty slow, 2 groups of 4 and 2 couples. Our appetizer is here. It's quite good and was fast, but we were the first to order. And yes, Amy made it. So far, Amy, back on track, got 1 customer that's given it a thumbs up so far.
The floodgates are open.
That's it. So are we going to give them an endorsement here? Or are we going to wait and see how the meal ends for Dennis?
They'd be good on it for a talk show. I don't know about a restaurant, but they'd be a great talk show.
Man, I wanted them on the air so bad. I would love to have talked with them. You know, I would be nice. You know me. I'm not going to be rude to people.
We should do our next SmackDown there.
Oh, my gosh. Wouldn't it be great to do the show live there and just get them as guests? You think we could do that? No, they would never let us do that. Right?
Then like Jerry Springer them and bring up Ramsey at the last part of the show.
Oh, wouldn't it be great? Yeah, and bring them out and then have
Boy, do we have a surprise for you.
Yeah, have that big bald Steve security guy standing between Sammy and Gordon.
Broomhead.
All right, Christine in Scottsdale, tell us about you. You actually went to this place?
Yes. Shortly after they opened, my husband and I and a group of friends went there, and it was very nice. We had a meal there, and the food was very good, and the ambiance was very nice, and we're always kind of looking for new places to go that have nice patios. And so when we went back a second time for just coffee and dessert, because it was kind of later in the evening, we were told by, and it was probably Sammy, that they did not serve just coffee and dessert, that we had to buy a whole meal if we wanted coffee and dessert. So we were kind of baffled. And then shortly after that, the restaurant suddenly closed. And there was a sign on the door, closed due to unexpected illness of Amy. Well, after hearing everything that's been going on over the last couple of days, I put 2 and 2 together, and I'm guessing that that's when she got arrested and convicted.
Yeah, of that other stuff. Yeah.
Fraudulent doing.
The Czech soap opera, whatever the heck it was.
And they were. I mean, he never gave up the space. They evidently have been paying rent on that space all along. So I would think even if their business doesn't thrive, they'll probably just keep paying no matter what.
That's crazy. So you just wanted coffee and dessert, and they wouldn't serve it to you. You had to buy an entire meal.
Yes.
How great is that?
Which we did not at that point.
Good for you. I mean, that's Christine, I appreciate the phone call. And when was this? I mean, you remember what year?
It was not long after they opened, because we were there probably within the first couple months after they opened, and then the second visit was not long after that, because myself and our little group of friends, we live up, in this area, and it's just a convenient place to go.
All right, crazy, Christine. I appreciate it. What an experience! We're not going to serve you dessert and coffee. You have to buy an entire meal, but you're empty. Isn't our money better than no money? Nope. So Yes, Andrew.
We have a friend of Amy's on the line that we should take after the break.
Yeah, all right. Quickly then. We'll take a break, and we'll talk to this friend of Amy's. Don't go away.
The nearly famous Barry Young Show, weekday morning 7:06. News Talk 550 KFYI.
All right, thanks for being here. 602-260-KFYI. Now, we haven't verified this. I have no reason to doubt her, but I'm just letting you know. This is Rebecca. She's Paradise Valley. She says she's friends of Amy from Amy's Baking Company. Rebecca, want to give someone a chance that knows these people to give us their side of the story, so thanks for holding.
Sure.
Go right ahead.
Well, we've been patrons of their restaurant for probably, 2 to 3 years. And both Sammy and Amy have always been the most gracious people. We've never, ever sent anything back. And we love to go all over to gourmet places. We probably what you call foodies.
Okay.
And I just really feel that, they've really been beat up on. And it just seems like it's kind of the day and age we're living in.
But do you think they have
sees, someone that's been beaten down by somebody and then everybody wants to gang up on them?
Do you think they have any responsibility in the backlash at all? Do you think that there's been some things that they could have handled differently that would have maybe stopped some of this? Or do you think that this is completely other people's faults?
Well, I think it's a combination. I think that they just felt like they were getting ganged up on by so many people. It all started back with the Yelpers that were, so critical, ganging up on them. And, you've been cornered, I'm sure, before, and you like to defend yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, I did it just a couple weeks ago with someone. I overreacted to a phone call. I get it. I mean, I understand that part of it, and I don't wish I don't want anybody to fail. But at the same time, when I saw what they were doing, I wondered if they were against taking, if it was hard for her to take criticism about her food, if there was someone that's an expert that said you need to do this differently, if she didn't take sound advice, if she was a little hypersensitive.
Well, you know what I think? I think that people have gotten so tied up in this reality TV that is edited to serve their purpose. I mean, it was his last show of the season. Why not go out the bang? He was losing ratings anyway. And, why not do that? I have no respect for the guy. I never have. I understand you think he's great.
I do. I love his show.
Difference of opinion.
No, that's fine. No, I get it. I understand that.
And I just feel like, they've really been beaten up on unfairly.
Okay. And here's the thing. And, Rebecca, listen, I appreciate the phone call. I want to give him equal time. I want to get some of your calls, so just give me a minute. I'll be right back.
550 KFYI.
KFYI.com.
Hey, Honeyville Farms, 56th Street south of Chandler Boulevard is where they're located. 20% discount if you mention you heard about them on my show. I am not trying to play upon anybody's fears about things that have happened, but we've seen enough natural disasters happen in places over the last couple of years that make us wonder what would happen if it happened here. If you haven't, I think you're being irresponsible. We have a responsibility to do that for our families, whether it's a couple of hours, a couple of days, or a couple of months. And that's exactly what they can help you with at Honeyville Farms. HoneyvilleFarms.com is the website. Go to the store, 56th Street south of Chandler Boulevard. 20% discount for any one item when you mention that you heard about it on my show. HoneyvilleFarms.com or 56th Street south of Chandler Boulevard. All right, more phone calls on the other side. Great discussion. Rebecca has a valid point. Were they beat up on?